Everybody for joining us today for the second session of Benefits Unlocked. As I've just explained, today's focus will be on the overview of benefits offered at Imperial. So on the screen at the moment, you can just see the topics that we're going to briefly cover for you today. So if we just introduce ourselves, just so you know who we are. I'm Kelsey. I'm the Reward and Benefits Coordinator in the team. And if Olivia and Emily, if you'd like to introduce yourselves.
Yes, so I'm Olivia, I'm the Reward and Benefits Advisor, and I'll be monitoring the chat and managing the Q&A at the end of the session.
Thank you. So I'm Emily Michael, I'm the Reward and Benefits Manager, and will be co-presenting with Kelsey today.
Well, thank you. So we are the reward team. So us three lovely ladies are the ones that you'll be speaking to if you've got any questions throughout the session today. So if we just jump in, as part of the total remuneration package at Imperial, you do receive a range of financial and non-financial benefits as a member of staff with us. So these can include saving money benefits, looking after your money, live well, work well, all the categories that you can currently see on the screen at the moment. There's also benefits with wellbeing support, personal development with your careers, and there's opportunities for staff networks. So with the agenda today, we will be covering these topics that you can see on the screen. We'll walk through each of them and we'll provide an overview. And then, as I've mentioned, if you do have any questions, you're welcome to do that at the end of the session or pop them in the chat box. And then just as a reminder, if anybody's missed it, we will have a crib sheet to provide you at the end of the session with the contact links and any email addresses for anything that you're interested today. So let's get started. So with our Saving You Money benefits, as you can see on the screen, we offer a range of perks that can help you save some time and money. So perks at work is probably one that a lot of you might be familiar with. Oh, sorry. Jumping ahead there. So perks at work is one of the platforms that we use. They give you a lot of discounts with benefits, especially cinema related. That seems to be one of the most common ones that we have at the moment. So you get 44% off. We've also got, sorry, bear with me. There's savings for the big and little purchases. So when you're buying food at supermarkets, you can pre-buy store cards, saving money for each of your weekly shop. For anything, if you're buying clothes for your wardrobe, you can also save money on some retailers online. There's also benefits if you're planning trips, so you can book with hotel companies. There's also some offers available with flight companies as well if you have a look on the website. We've also got discounts for teachers, so try not to be too concerned with the name, whilst it is titled Discounts for Teachers because that is the name of the organisation. It is actually available for all staff at Imperial that work in education. So you could be an admin, you can be a lecturer, you could be working in the canteen, you could be working in a coffee shop, any of the roles at Imperial, you are covered to use discounts for teachers. We've also got local discounts available. So a lot of the local discounts are currently focused around South Kensington campus and White City. But with the White City discounts and offers available, that will be something more looked into with the team that are managing the move with that. So for any questions about that, we'll keep. But I will just give you a few that we've got at the moment if you're interested. So like I said, with perks for work, you've got your 44% off. There's 30% off for 3 months of online therapy sessions. There's 20% off with Virgin Experiences. For anybody interested in looking into writing a will, they do 40% off with a company called Farewell. And then with your discounts for teachers, they do have discounts for holidays, fashion, gym memberships, mobile phones, utilities. So you can have 10% off Pandora. I know a lot of people might like to purchase some jewelry. They do 15% off holiday parks, vacations, things like that. And also they do a free taste card membership for 12 months. So that's usually £30 a year. So that's quite a good benefit where you can save up to 25% off restaurants when you're going out to eat and things like that. And then with your local discounts, just to give you a few examples of what we've currently got. South Kensington, you've got 25% off at Prezzo. There's 20% off for Daisy Green when you're dining in and taking away coffees. And there's a company called Roll Baby, where you can get 20% off the whole menu when you download the app and pre-order. You just need to use the code Imperial20. So as I say, all this information is available on our web pages. And at White City, we've got Red's Classic Hair Salon, so you can get 15% off hair services. That's just opposite the campus. There's a restaurant bar called Dear Grace, which is located in White City Place. They also give 20% off when dining, and they also do an extended happy hour once a month for the teams that gather there. You also get 10% off at the Greek Athenian restaurant that's also located there. So that's just a quick example of some of the many benefits that we offer with online discounts and the local discounts in the area. Also, for anybody that works on campus or comes in, you'll also know that we do food and drink discounts for staff and students. And there's also a service that we have called Yo-Yo Wallet. You might recognise it as Taya. So when you're spending money on campus, you can earn points and then you can spend those towards food and drink that you're purchasing at a later date. We've also got our library at South Kensington and the Libby service. So all staff are able to hire books. Let me just get the details up for you. So you can borrow up to 40 items over 3 weeks, which is quite a substantial amount. And you can also use the online facilities for e-journals, e-books, databases, and things like that. This information is also available on the library web pages. And Libby, you've got over 2,000 items on there, ebooks, different languages, and you can borrow up to 10 items, and that's for 2 weeks. Again, that's available on the App Store. You can download the app if you're looking to have anything handy on your phone. Also, we've got free car parking. So just to be clear, this isn't all day, every day that you can use this because the services are restricted with the spaces that are available. And this is specified for the South Kensington campus. So obviously it's subject to availability, but you can park outside of office hours, which is Monday to Friday from 6 p.m. until midnight. And on the weekend, it's 7 a.m. till midnight. When you approach the gate, you just show your college ID card, and if there's a space available, they will allow you to park on site. So that's always a perk if you're coming into London for the weekend with a friend or family member, or you're going shopping. It's a bit of peace of mind knowing that you can park on campus for free. So that's also a nice benefit to have. If you do not come with your staff card, though, you will be charged £4 per hour. So just bear that in mind to make sure you've got your ID card with you. Another one that we've got is our staff accommodation. So I'm not sure how many people are aware of this, but we do have staff accommodation at the White City and North Acton campus. So these are for staff and key workers. So you can have a look on the website to see what properties are available. On screen, we do have a couple of the buildings that they are currently renting out. And compared to other local rents in the area, the discount works out about 40% below the market rate that people do currently pay for rents in London. So it's also worth having a look at that if that's something you're interested in. And then for anybody that's interested in the more South Kensington area, with our summer accommodation, this is the Student Halls of Residence. So with that, it works out about 20% off with the reservations, and that's based at Prince's Garden. So that usually opens around July to September. And they've given that a 4-star rating. So again, if you pop on the website, you can see the rooms that are available, and you can speak to the team to see any specific inquiries that you have. And then on top of that, we've got the free Office 365. So usually you do need to pay for that privately, but as an employee, we do give that out to all our staff members, so you can use that on your personal devices at home. There's also free art classes at Imperial. Some of you might be familiar with the Blythe Gallery, which is based in Sheffield. I believe it's between level 4 and level 5. So each month they display art, and sometimes they have evening evening events in there for you to attend as well. And then we've got free lunchtime concerts. That's usually on a Thursday. You can find the information about which bands are playing, or if they've changed location, as sometimes they do perform at the church that's close by as well. And the last one I'll mention is our electric vehicle scheme with Tusker. So some of you might already be familiar with this. I'll just give you a little bit more information about that. We're also going to have a session where they come in and go into detail about the process, so you know exactly how it works. So you can lease a brand new electric vehicle, and it's offered through the salary sacrifice option, which means monthly payments are taken from your gross salary, and that's before your income tax and national insurance deductions. So everybody that's using the Tusker scheme will be saving money effectively, as it will reduce the amount of tax and NI that you'll be paying. And the scheme is available to all staff once you've passed your 6 months probation, subject to eligibility checks, as we need to make sure that you don't fall below national minimum wage. But anyone that wants any more information about that, just let us know. And then we'll move on to looking after your money. So at Imperial, we've got really amazing pension provisions. So we currently have 3 schemes. Some of you will probably already know from your starter pack information. You'll either be a member of Soul Start, Soul Care, or USS. So that information will tell you that you'll usually be paying 6 or 6.1% of your salary into the pension, and then Imperial will be paying between 14.5 and 19%, depending on which scheme you're in. So compared to some other universities and other companies, it is quite a generous employee contribution. On top of that, you've also got study loans and season ticket loans. So these are also available to your staff. We've also got childcare support. So just to give you a little bit more information about that as well. With your study loan, this can be an interest-free amount from £250 to £2,000. And that could be to go towards cost of part-time study whilst you're employed by Imperial. And that will just help with your career if you're looking to develop at Imperial or elsewhere. It's just something to consider that might be helpful for you. And then, like I've mentioned, this can also be used for the season ticket loan and the iCycle scheme. We've also got the Give As You Earn. So the college has signed up to the Charities Aid Foundation, if anybody's not heard of that. And that allows staff to make donations to named charities by automatic deductions from their salary. So these donations are taken before tax, which means the charity get more of your donation, and it costs less money. So you don't have to claim gift aid, as it's less admin work for them as well. And then, as I've mentioned, with the season ticket loan, if you're a member of staff who, again, have passed your probationary period for your 6 months, you are eligible for an interest-free season ticket loan for travel. So that could be from your normal home of residence to your workplace by public transport. And you purchase 10 months of the year instead of 12, so you save 2 months of purchase ticket. And then with the childcare support, there's a range of childcare that we do have available. We will go into more detail in the next few slides as well. But the provision of these benefits will be reviewed from time to time, and we do Imperial reserve the right to vary, or discontinue any arrangements that we have. But currently we do have the new government-run scheme that was launched called Tax-Free Childcare. Some of you might know that as TFC, and that is available to all eligible college employees. So that means you can get up to £500 every 3 months, or £2,000 a year for each of your children, and that helps with the costs of childcare. So that can be approved and used for childcare such as childminders, nurseries and nannies, after-school clubs, play schemes and home care agencies. Okay, so we're moving to Live Well, Work Well. So this is more focused around your well-being and the benefits that we offer you here. So as I mentioned, with Move Imperial and the Cycle to Work scheme, as that was covered in our first session, we're not really going to go into much detail, but Move Imperial is the gym that's based South Kensington, known as Ethos. They also do Just Move classes, and the Cycle to Work scheme is the salary sacrifice option that helps you purchase a bicycle or bike equipment, or you can hire a bike for the year as well with, for example, Santander bikes and things like that. So like I said, the information's on the web pages, so you're welcome to look into that as well. We've also got private health insurance. We will go into further detail about that on the next slide. And we've also got occupational health. So that is a really good benefit that we feel we offer at Imperial. They're responsible for the provision of advice on health policies, environmental health hazards, health promotion, supervision, things like that. And in addition to supporting the physical health of staff and students at the university, you can also visit their web pages to see all the services that they currently offer. So that can include our confidential care, LE wellbeing platform, mental health, physiotherapy, things like that. So part of occupational health's offering, as I've just mentioned, confidential care, LE wellbeing, mental health, physio, all college staff and members of their family. They can get free professional and confidential help from the confidential care and college employee assistance provider. So this is available for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's a confidential care helpline. It's staffed by trained counsellors, and they can provide information and advice on a wide range of work and life issues and cover things like that. There's mental health support schemes at the university, which include mental health first aiders. They're trained colleagues to identify common symptoms of mental health issues. And we also have first line help and guide for people towards support and things like that. And that's available across all our campuses as everything is online. And we've also got our new online wellbeing platform, which is designed to support your mental, physical, social and financial health. And that's Ellie, which offers a wide range of engaging content to provide you with resources to help you lead a healthier and better life. So all this information is on our web pages, and we will share that again with you at the end. And lastly, just in case there's anybody that's not aware, we do have a multi-faith chaplaincy, which is based on our South Kensington campus. So if you're looking to meet any new people, to practice a faith, meditation, things like that, or if you're just seeking a bit of calm, you're welcome to use the facilities there. So now, before we move it over, I'm going to pass you over to Emily to talk you through the private healthcare insurance.
Thanks so much, Kelsey. So as Kelsey mentioned on the previous slide, one of the health and wellbeing provisions is the Bupa EduHealth insurance policy. So I'm just going to go into that in a little bit more detail. So Bupa EduHealth, they're actually an intermediary, and Bupa itself manages the provides the insurance, my apologies, but EduHealth are the ones that manage the policies and offer the support and the tailored services. And Bupa EduHealth is actually specific for the education sector, irrespective of your role. So we've partnered with them as of the 1st of October 2024, and they provide they can provide staff with health insurance policies. And the good thing about Bupa EduHealth, as opposed to our previous provider, if you were to leave employment with Imperial, whether that's through resignation or retirement, or you know, in unfortunately if that's ill health retirement as well, you can continue your Bupa EduHealth policy irrespective of your employment status with Imperial in the future. And I'm just going to give a bit of an overview on some other services that they offer from that as well. So they have they provide dental cover through their partnership with Simply Health. They also provide health cash plans via BHSF, and the cash plans are you can pay a monthly premium, and through that you can claim back the costs of sort of everyday healthcare, whether that's your dental checkups or eye care or therapy fees. So everything that I've just mentioned, we do have links online. Kelsey obviously did mention we've got a crib sheet coming at the end of the session, which will have the links to everything we're discussing today, where you can find further detail. With the health insurance, we would always advise that you direct Bupa EduHealth directly to discuss potential quotes and policy offerings that they can that you can explore with them, just purely because it would be tailored based on your sort of medical background and needs and any claims you may have. It also depends on any dependents that you wish to add to the policy as well. And this is all confidential sort of medical information. So contact them directly and they can explore that with you and have that conversation and present you with some options. Kelsey, is it okay to pop to the next slide, please? So this slide, as it suggests, all the provisions that we offer to help support you and your family if you identify as a parent or a carer, or in a lot of cases, many of you will be in both those positions. I'll just go through some of the things that the university offers. So a few times a year, we actually work with an external facilitator called P&P, and they are qualified coaches who run sessions to encourage sort of personal reflection and discussion with others. So they help individuals navigate their journeys, whether that's the transition to and from parental leave or any other caring responsibilities you may have. And these sessions really look at, you know, both the practical and emotional aspects and how you can balance that alongside your career, and ensure that both career and domestic responsibilities can sort of go hand in hand in harmony, and to help you with sort of your effective planning and communication with that, and how to address any barriers that may be in the way. So we've had really good feedback from these workshops. We actually just had one yesterday. We do have the dates online at the moment for this round, which is sort of at the end of this month, early next month. Again, these links will be on the crib sheet that we circulate at the end if you want to find out further information on that. The same company that we've partnered with for these workshops, actually, P&P, they also offer a parental leave portal for parents, Imperial, to access. So this is for tailored, self-directed learning to manage that parental transition. So before, during, and after when you return to work. It's an online platform. It's free for Imperial employees to sign up to and access, and it's really just designed to support you throughout that transition to parenthood and along that journey. So as I mentioned before, this is before, during and after. So whether you're an expectant parent or you're actually already on parental or adoption leave, or you're returning to work or have recently returned to work, there's interactive exercises, videos, checklists, case studies, discussion forums. There's a whole abundance of resources on there to help you through that journey. We've actually, P&P portal actually have dedicated resources for line managers as well that they can access. Again, free for line managers to sign up to, and we definitely recommend and encourage it. So it's just to empower line managers and support them in order to help support their employees, and just to provide some, whether you're new to this or just to provide some refresher training on how you can best support your team members when they're going through that journey to parenthood and then obviously returning to work afterwards. So on the South Kensington campus, we have our Early Years Education Centre, otherwise known as EYEC. They provide Ofsted childcare and education services to the children of our staff and students here. So they admit children or babies from 6 months, and it goes up to 5 years, and that's based at the Princess Gardens location in South Ken. We do have other local nurseries where we've been able to secure a discount for staff as well. Again, further information on that will be circulated. I wouldn't want to quote 100% on their behalf, but if you are an expectant parent and you are considering the EYEC, I think at the top of my head, they usually advise sort of once you know you're pregnant or your partner's expecting, it's quite good to sort of inquire and sign up as soon as possible, just to help with, you know, to make sure you can get a place because of the waiting list. Oh, I think, could someone mute their microphone? Sorry, I'm just getting a bit of background noise. Sorry, thank you. Throughout our campuses, all of our campuses, we do have nursing rooms and baby changing facilities as well. So with our nursing rooms, that's for any parent or nursing parent or pregnant parent who needs a space just to rest or to express milk, or obviously feed your baby as well. And so these rooms are quiet rooms, private rooms as well, that are only accessible by swipe card, which you can get depending on the campus. We've got information online, or where you go to sign up for your slot and to collect that card. So all the rooms will have a reclining chair and a footstool and a sink and some books and some utilities, you know, like a microwave, a fridge, kettle. You can store milk in there as well. Just pop a label on to note that it's yours. So we've got those on all of our campuses. We do also have, as I mentioned, baby changing facilities across the Imperial campuses as well. And further, you can find further information on that on the specific locations, depending on which campus you're based at. Our team also run monthly parent network sessions. So for those of you who've maybe been employed here for a longer time, you may recall that these used to be called Babies and Bumps. We've recently well, as of last year, rebranded these as parent network sessions. So these take place on a monthly basis, run by our team, but this is a really great opportunity to facilitate some informal networking between you and for you to have that opportunity to meet other parents across Imperial who may be in similar situations to yours, irrespective of the age of your child or sort of your parenting situation. This is open to anyone who wants to join and to meet others, like I said, in similar situations, and just to provide that mutual support. We are there to sort of chair the session and to answer any questions in relation to the family provisions or leave. But essentially, it is a session for parents to sort of kickstart those discussions. We do actually have a dedicated mailing list for parents, so you can email our inbox, which is parents@imperial.ac.uk, and we can add you to that mailing list, and you'll be kept informed with regular updates and things tailored to that. In terms of school holiday cover, so look, we know that particularly if you've got school-age children, you're trying to manage that childcare over the school holidays. So we've got two options on campus that may interest you. So first of all, we've partnered up with an external company called Super Camps. So they are an Ofsted registered provider, and they offer a 10% discount for Imperial staff, which you can find further information online. So they offer lots of indoor and outdoor activities, and they have 35 locations, one of which though would be at the South Kensington campus. So if anyone knows, there's just behind the building, we've got Brighton College Prep, Kensington. So it's just by the Ethos Sports Centre, and that's where you would drop your child off if you chose to use that option for childcare cover. The EYC nursery actually also run a play scheme for most of those school holiday periods for any child that's between 5 and 8 years old. There's a webpage online as well, again, will be circulated, and that's got sort of all the upcoming dates for the Easter holiday and the May half term, and they do it for 4 weeks over the summer period as well, so you can get directly in touch with EYC for more information on that. Just a few more points to mention. For any academic staff that may be on this call, we've got the Elsie Widdowson fellowship. So that's actually when you return from leave, so whether that be maternity, adoption, surrogacy or shared parental leave. Sorry, if someone can just mute their microphone, please. Thank you. When you return from your family leave, this award actually enables you to relieve. So sorry, can we mute a microphone?
Are you at your computer?
Thank you. So this award enables you, when you've been on your leave and you're returning to work, it actually enables you to be relieved of your teaching and administrative duties to fully concentrate on your research. So there's further information online for anyone who's an academic staff member. Finally, just to quickly touch on parental transition coaching, one of our colleagues, Suzanne Christopher, who is the head of employee engagement, is a qualified coach she's a qualified coach, and she also has qualification in parental transition coaching as well. So she provides that to members of staff who to support you at work when you're transitioning into parenthood and returning as well. So really focus on preparing to leave work, have your child, and then when you're returning back and trying to manage that work-life balance between career and parenthood. So we have Suzanne's contact details on that crib sheet for you to get in touch with her directly if that's something that would interest you and to explore further. Kelsey, can you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. So this is all about these leave provisions that we have at Imperial. So I'm just going to touch on these quickly. So Currently, in terms of our annual leave allowance, we offer 39 days annual leave. Some years it may be 40 days. I'll come on to that. So 25 of those days are your annual leave allowance. But on top of that, we have the 8 statutory bank holidays that everyone in the UK will get. And there's also 6 or 7, it depends in terms of the calendar year and where Christmas and Easter fall, but we also get mandatory closure days as well. So you can also, this is purely at the discretion of your department and what's feasible to approve or not. But there is the option for staff to request to purchase up to 10 additional days leave each year as well. And you can also carry over 5 days from your previous leave year if you've not been able to use them. But all of this is, it's a benefit, but it will be subject to line manager review and approval, and sort of balancing the needs of the department as a whole. So I've just touched on closure days. We have those around the December and sort of March/April period, where we've got Christmas and Easter break. So these obviously change each year and are in line with the bank holidays as well. So all the dates for the upcoming years and this current year can be found online. Imperial does have a dedicated special leave policy where we've got sort of separate leave provisions that you may need to take time off for various things, whether that's domestic or personal matters, or even sort of attend your civic and public duties as well, if anyone gets that dreaded letter for jury duty, etc. But in terms of the family and carer focus on that, we were actually really pleased last year that our paid family emergency leave increased to 5 days per annum at your normal full rate of pay, obviously pro rata for part-time staff. So that's within that special leave policy as well. I definitely recommend that you have a read through that just to see the other different leave options that you'd be eligible for. In terms of our family leave, so for maternity, shared parental leave, or sort of adoption/surrogacy leave, all staff are able to have up to 18 weeks at their full rate of pay for those leave provisions that I've just mentioned. And again, we were really pleased last year actually that we were able to remove the qualifying period for that. So that's now a day one benefit for all Imperial staff. In line with the government provision as well, there is the statutory right for employees to take unpaid carers leave as well. So this is for care that you know is coming up, to arrange care for a dependent, and this will be up to a week annually each year. It is unpaid and prorated for part-time staff, but everything that I've just mentioned of the above is eligible to staff, sort of irrespective of your job, family, or length of service. Promise I'm near the end. If we can go to the next slide, please, Kelsey. So this is just about your development. So this is actually something that our people and organisational development team oversee and manage. So for some of our sort of long-serving staff, you will know that this was previously known as our learning development department, but they oversee this, and they provide, if you go on their webpage, they provide just an abundance of training and development initiatives to enable you to sort of learn additional skills that are relevant to your role, and to help equip you for your career progression. As a university, we're really proud that we do offer specialised training and development opportunities from staff from underrepresented groups as well. Just some of these that I'll mention would be the Springboard Women's Development Programme. We've got the Calibre Leadership Programme for any staff who identify as neurodiverse or have a disability. And we've also got the Impact Development Programme for any staff who identify as coming from a BAME background as well. So please do check out the pod, People and Organisational Development Team's webpage for further information on all the sort of workshops and sessions and dedicated programs that they offer to help with your career development. There is also a provision within that special leave policy that I mentioned on the previous slide for paid study leave as well. And there is the option to apply and request for some partial funding for your professional development and study loans as well. That would be sort of subject to your department and what budget is available. But please do check that out to get some further information on that. Our Centre for Languages, Culture and Communication, otherwise known as our CLCC department, have actually a range of sort of adult evening and lunchtime classes at discounted prices for Imperial staff. And actually your family and friends can also sign up for that at a reduced internal rate as well. So they sort of do a broad range of subjects really. So that could be learning a new language, in terms of categories, you know, looking at things in the arts or humanities or sciences. A few of my colleagues have actually attended some of these and said they're really great sessions. So fancy broadening your knowledge and learning something new, that's something CLCC offers. Imperial does also have a coaching and mentoring academy. So just on the coaching side, Imperial does have a pool of trained coaches who offer coaching it's quite a bespoke development opportunity, and it's to support you sort of internally with your development. And it differs a bit from mentoring. So I'll sort of define the two. Coaching it's more of a one-to-one process where your coach will get you to think through your options concerning various situations that you may be facing in the workplace. So rather than an advice session, it's more to enable you to, it's a thought-provoking session to enable you to think of things of how you can address certain barriers or things that come up at work. Obviously, it's completely confidential. It's a voluntary thing to sign up to. And our coaches at Imperial can offer 6 sessions over a sort of 3 to 6 month period. As I said, we've got a mentoring scheme as part of that as well. So both mentoring and coaching, by the way, are available to all staff, again, irrespective of your faculty or your job family. And this is, mentoring is more of a one-to-one conversation, and it can be around advice, but it's also a bit like coaching. It does encourage you and challenge you to think about you know, how to address certain things or your aspirations. It's really helpful at any stage of your career. There can be an advice element in that as well, but it's to really sort of give you that confidence to go for the things that you may need to in terms to help with your career advancement. I've actually personally engaged with both of those, and they've been really helpful for my own personal development. So I'd definitely recommend it as someone who's been through some coaching and mentoring myself. We do obviously, as a university, we do really encourage all staff to think about their development whilst they're here and developing their career with us. So for all staff, you have 5 days per year to dedicate to your development activities. For research and teaching, there's 10 specific days. So for research staff, we'd say to refer to the Postdoc and Fellows Development Centre to see all the sort of dedicated and tailored programmes and training that they have on offer for you, to sort of look into that a bit more, particularly if you're post-PhD and you're at the beginning of your research career. Actually, Imperial's tuition fee remission scheme also enables any eligible employees to take advantage of a tuition fee discount as well, if you want to sort of undertake a part-time postgraduate degree at Imperial. So definitely look into that if that's something that interests you. Promise I'm near the end. Just finally, you may see through your LinkedIn account that there's a provision called LinkedIn Learning. This is an online educational platform. It offers thousands of courses in sort of a wide range of subject matter areas. And through your employment at Imperial, actually, you can get free subscription to LinkedIn Learning and access this wide range of training. So you can sort of select your interests and pick things that are applicable to you, and it's really great for your professional growth and your development. It's all online and you can access it remotely and work at your own pace. And actually, if any of you have been through that, once you complete a course, you actually get your LinkedIn Learning certificate as well, which you can add to your profile. Thank you all so much for attending and giving your time today to come to this session. I'm going to close it there, and we're going to open up, I believe, Kelsey, to questions now.